you like to call your second witness?
Call Jamie Planting. Do you have a copy of your statement?
Yes, I do, yeah.
And could you confirm that your name and address is as stated on that?
Yes, that's correct.
Could you take the Bible in your hand, please, and read out the words on the card?
I swear by my Almighty God that the evidence I shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
And if you could start to read out your statement, beginning at paragraph
1. Operations Manager and oversee all of its operational activities. We have been immensely successful over the last decade or so in expanding our fruit distribution business and won a prestigious award in 2008 presented by the Fruit Association of Great Britain. I did not know Derek Monty that well during the time he worked for the company. The warehouse was only a small part of my responsibilities and he worked part-time, so I rarely saw him. However, on the occasions that I did see Derek, he always seemed happy and was very polite and courteous towards me. I was not involved in Derek's dismissal from the company at all until I received his appeal letter on the 6th of October. I was a bit surprised to receive it and was especially surprised that he was complaining that we had dismissed him because of his age. He also said that we had not gone through a fair procedure, and I immediately started an investigation into this point. On 8th of October, I sent Derek a letter inviting him to a hearing on the 11th of October. Derek came along to the hearing alone and confirmed that he did not want to be accompanied by a work colleague or trade union representative. I checked with Derek that he had 2 grounds of appeal. The first was that he felt that the process to dismiss him had been unfair. The second was that he felt the decision was, as I've already mentioned, based on his age. I gave Derek a full opportunity to explain his points in more detail. With regard to the first point, I had already spoken to Nick Bunch and he had admitted he should have invited Derek to a formal meeting prior to dismissing him. I therefore agreed with Derek that the process should have been better and I apologise for the way Nick handled things. As a result, Nick is, in fact, going to go on a disciplinary and grievance procedure call shortly. With regard to the second point, I have confirmed Nick's version of events with regard to the insurance company and explained to Derek that we simply have no choice. I also told him that a full process would not have made any difference to the outcome to dismiss him. I thought Derek understood, and at the end of the hearing he agreed that he had managed to say all he wanted to say and that the hearing had been conducted properly. I was therefore disappointed when I received the notice from the Employment Tribunal that Derek had issued proceedings against us.
We have already seen the appeal letter and the minutes of the appeal. Could you turn to page 21 of the Bible in front of you?
Yeah.
What document is that?
It's the letter from myself to Derek Monty about the appeal outcome.
Thank you very much. If you could just wait there, I'm sure there will be some questions for you.
Mr. Everson, I assume you've got some questions?
Yes, I do. From looking at the appeal notes and the letter, it suggests it appears that you had no real concerns about Mr. Monty's capability to do the job.
No, we didn't know.
Your concern appeared to be that the insurance company you use would not provide cover.
Yes, that's correct, yes.
Were you actually involved in any of the discussions with the insurance company?
I wasn't directly, no.
Did you not consider it rather unwise for your company to approach the insurers without having first identified the nature of Mr. Monty's back problem?
Well, I wouldn't call it unwise. I think that at the time there may have been an element of panic, over whether or not we'd still be covered. So I think my colleague Nick acted as he thought fit at the time.
Did you not consider it worthwhile as reapproaching the insurance company to explain that it was simply a back spasm from which Mr. Monty had made a full recovery?
Well, we did say, well, not I, but Nick had told them that it was the fact that Dale was suffering from back spasms, and the insurance company was so adamant about not providing cover. I don't think it occurred.
Did you not consider at the very least obtaining a specialist report from from an independent doctor, for example, to present to the insurers?
Well, no, because we were given a sick note from Dale's doctor, so we took that as read, really.
In your position as conducting a review, 'cause I think this is a review that you carried out, did you not consider it be appropriate to take some advice on the lawfulness of the insurer's actions?
Well, not really. Again, you know, we just thought that what the insurers were saying was correct, and that you know that they were acting lawfully. We had no reason to think that they'd be acting unlawfully, really.
I suggest the reality is that you wrongly assumed that you could not insure Mr. Monty. And secondly, you failed to consider other options, such as obtaining medical evidence I've suggested, or looking for alternative insurance cover.
Well, I believe we did actually look for alternative positions in the company that didn't require lifting heavy crates of bananas. You know, so, but I do suppose, yes, we wrongly assumed that the insurance company wouldn't cover us, but I certainly think it's fair to say that we didn't consider other options.
I suggest also that your decision to dismiss the appeal was based on the assumption that Mr. Monty was too old for the job.
No, not at all, no. As Nick has already said, you know, we do employ other people, you know, similar or same age as Dell, and, you know, we only took him on about 13 months ago. You know, we've never considered that his age would be an issue. We wouldn't have taken him on if he thought, you know, if it was.
I suggest that you've unlawfully discriminated against him by reason of his age.
No, I disagree.
So I have no further questions.
Thank you, Mr. Living. Do you have any other questions?
I have no reason.
Thank you. Any questions from the panel?
Yes. Why did you not obtain clarification from the insurance company as to why they considered that the claimant was uninsured?
I think, again, wrongly perhaps, we assumed that, you know, that no other, that insurance, we have a long-standing relationship with this insurance company. We've never had any issues before. You know, they've always provided cover for many years. I think we just assumed that if they wouldn't provide cover, you know, nobody else would, you know. We didn't expect that they were acting generous.
Thank you.
Yes, I'd like to ask a question. Mrs. Plantain, why did you hold a review? Why did you hold a review of the decision to dismiss rather than a complete rehearing?
I think, you know, my understanding is that you would be holding an appeal rather than completely rehearing everything again. So I think really, you know, my inviting Dell to appeal hearing was just reviewing the previous decision. So that's the stance I took.
Thank you. And I just have one question, please. You've mentioned in your evidence that you had no reason to disbelieve your insurers or believe they were acting unlawfully, and that you've never had any problems before. But in fact, had you ever had to make a claim before?
Not that I'm aware of in my time.
So what did you base that remark upon?
I think from perhaps what I'd heard previously from other colleagues about our relationship with the insurer.
Okay, thank you.